Smartphone Insider here, and today I have for you a big box good. This is the Microsoft Surface Go and 2-in-1 laptop by Microsoft running Windows 10. Let's take a look. The first thing you need to know before we get into this review is the difference between the Surface Go and the Surface Pro. Spec-wise, the Microsoft Surface Pro is more powerful, bigger in size and function, and more expensive, ranging anywhere between $800 and $2,300. For comparison, our Surface Go cost $399 at Best Buy this holiday season without a keyboard, and $120 more for the Surface Go keyboard. In total, it was $570. As far as software is concerned, the Pro and the Go both run Windows 10, so don't expect Surface Go to be running any custom Go version of Windows 10. This is both a positive and a negative. More on that now. Inside our little Surface Go is Intel's Pentium 4415Y CPU clocked at 1.6 GHz running atop 4 GB of RAM. And because this particular Surface Go model is 64 GB, expect to use this device for simple computing tasks, as there will be little memory and processing room for larger tasks, which is fine. This computer is all about portability, ease of use, and go. Take it with you everywhere. I love the compact design, and for $120 more, buy the Alcantara covered keyboard to use with it. This little guy is running full-fledged Windows, thus it requires a full-fledged keyboard and trackpad, which this keyboard has, which the keyboard for the iPad Pro does not have. Finished in blue and Alcantara, a suede-like material, comfortable and sturdy, the Surface Go keyboard isn't as nicely constructed as the keyboard found on Apple's iPad Pro. There are some positives to this keyboard though. The first positive aspect is the trackpad, which caught me off guard. As someone who is completely spoiled by the trackpad on the MacBook Pro, easily by far the most capable trackpad of any laptop on the market currently, the trackpad on Surface Go keyboard is awesome. Scrolling through web pages was smooth and responsive, and while there was noticeable flex in the keyboard upon pressing down on it, this was more than made up for by the tactility of it. Another thing I like about this keyboard is the keys, much more conventional than, say, the matte style keys found on the keyboard of the iPad Pro. Compare the keys on the Surface Go to any Windows laptop keyboard, just scaled down. Where this computer falls behind Apple's iPad Pro is in performance. Scrolling through emails and web pages is fine. Microsoft Word is fine too. Just don't expect to use this computer to run games and applications as well as iPad. Look at it this way. iPad Pro is a powerhouse limited by Apple's iOS. Surface Go, on the other hand, is a lightweight in terms of processing power, but a full-fledged Windows machine with no software features of Windows 10 left behind. Simply put, iPad is all hardware, Surface Go is all software. If you want both hardware and software, you'll have to upgrade to Surface Pro or the MacBook Pro, respectively. Design-wise, like I said in my review of iPad Pro, where Apple is going with design is wonderful. Immediately, the Surface Pro feels and looks less expensive than iPad Pro. Round edges are in, squared edges are out. Surface Go may have soft aluminum edges, but where it shows its age and inferiority is in the display, squared off and low in resolution. It's not terrible by any stretch of the imagination, but its anti-reflective capabilities are less than what you can expect on the iPad Pro. Notice in some of the footage I have of this device, you can see my reflection in the display. Where this little computer for $400 excels is its construction. Built out of aluminum. Finally, this is a Windows laptop, 2-in-1 convertible, whatever the hell you want to call it, I can recommend for its build quality. I am so pleased to use this computer for the duration of the next couple of years. Its solid construction gives me hope this computer will outlast what I paid for it, as well as outperform. The Alcantara keyboard folds up nicely against the display, is comfortable, and is stylish. On the back of the device is a camera which looks to be about 13 megapixels. The Windows logo is in stainless steel, and with volume rockers on the side and a power button, and with USB Type-C on the opposite side and a 3.5mm headphone jack, this computer will go with me everywhere. At first, I was disappointed that the keyboard case wasn't magnetized, but where I realized this was inconvenient was when I opened the screen to use the keyboard. Nonetheless, if where iPad lacks is in software, for $400, you're getting the modern look and feel of the Surface Pro with Windows 10 Home installed and no gimmicks with Surface Go. I run Windows 10 Home on my Lenovo Tower, which to this day I have had little to no issues with, and that I can get access to Windows 10 for this price with the look and feel of the Surface Pro makes Surface Go a true winner. There are less expensive Windows computers, but there is something to be admired about having a touchscreen and the portability of Surface Go. Oh, and it has Face Unlock, which I thought was nifty. My name is John. The Microsoft Surface Go is a big box good. You're watching Smartphone Insider.